And welcome back to Music Free Gaming. Hope you're having a fabulous day. It is a day. I have to admit, I am not going to be on the top of my game today, which is not overly surprising because when am I ever at the top of my game? But yeah, unfortunately, my foot is killing me today. So, we'll see how well I can go. Because the rest of me feels fine. It's just I am dealing with all the pain in my foot, and it's not great. Hey, Layla, how's it going? How's it going? All right, so I'm going to jump into Minecraft here, and let's go see what we can do. And today, yeah, we get down here. Today, I'm going to be working on the gold farm. Doing good. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Yep. So, the gold farm, I've got the gamma override turned on so it's easier to see. So, hopefully it's going to be reasonably straightforward for all of you. At least that's the hope and dream, okay? We all have hopes and dreams, and apparently this is mine. So, the plan here is to upgrade the gold farm. See, what happened? Hang on, got to be on the right screen. I built this before the crafter was a thing, okay? And it worked great, and then I added a semi-reasonable bartering farm kind of over here. So, yeah, so what is a gold farm? So the idea is we get piglins that spawn up here. They try to get to this powdered snow, or these eggs actually, drop into the powdered snow and then die. Well, when a piglin dies, they drop rotten flesh, but they also drop gold nuggets. So what I end up getting is gold. So it is in fact a gold farm, which is lovely. But I need to change this here. So I think the first thing I want to do, actually, the first thing I need to do is see if I actually have a crafter. That would be a win. I do not. Fortunately, I do have droppers and I have iron. Okay. So droppers, I've got iron, and then what do I need? Oh, redstone would be helpful. That's what I need. Also, crafting table. Good, got that. Huh? Thought I had everything I needed. Dropper, redstone. Oh, crafting tables. I remember what those are. Okay. No, we're good. Totally good. I know exactly what I'm doing here. All right, so so we've got a couple of things, and I have no problems pulling all of this out, dropping these chests down, all of that good stuff. So we're going to be dealing with that. But, in fact, do we do that? Do we just tear this out? I mean, I could see it. Tear out all the storage and then kind of figure this mess out separately. Yeah, I could sort of live with that. All right. So step one then is I have a single chest on me. Awesome. All right, we'll just stick this over here. It's going to be raining nuggets. All right, I think let me just go ahead and wow. You know, it'd be really cool is maybe doing things. Anyway, your birthday was April 24th. I don't think you're 9, but just by saying that means I kind of have to ban you now, right? Because YouTube has age limits. Okay. We'll get there. All right. Yeah. No, I have made a horrible mistake. That's what this is. Totally what this is. Okay. Want to make gold ingots. Thank you. Why is my... Alright, you know what? Minecraft is too hard for me. That's just all there is to it. It's just too hard. I had chests. Did I throw them out? I did throw them out. Okay, so we are going to be doing the thing here, apparently. Oh, that was dumb. Okay. Yeah, no, we're fine. Everything's great now. Yep, I am now questioning my life choices. This is just how it goes. All right. Let's just stick these in a chest. Yeah, this will be a little bit better, at least for the moment. Okay. There we go. Ouch. Ah. Oh, yeah, sorry, my foot's stupid. Okay, so all right. Anyway, so let's see what we got going on now. At least all of those are out of the way. This should all be empty. Okay. All right. We'll pull this deep slate out. It'll be fine, I guess. Okay. Yep. Upgrades, people. Upgrades. All right. So, let's see. We'll get all of this in place. Now, I think that set of double chests up there is going to be important. All right, now there are a couple of ways I can do this. Ah! Oh, sorry, I moved my foot and it hurt. Yeah, sorry, there's going to be a lot of that today and I apologize for it, but that's just not going to do it. Yeah, see, I have gout. It's an arthritis problem in my foot. And for the last week, I've barely been able to walk. So welcome to my world. All right, so we now have ourselves a thing. So this chest drops something. What does that drop? Oh, the rotten flesh goes into this chest and the matching one on the other side. And that is what is going, right, that's what gets that out of the way. The rest of this is nuggets. Now, the question is, do I really need all of this here? And I think the answer is no, especially if I'm going to be crafting. So, right, so it's these three. here. Do I have a torch? Yeah. All right, so those 3 are nuggets. Yeah. And those 3 are nuggets. Okay, so the next question. How do I want to deal with the crafter then? Okay, because, right, the nuggets will drop into here. I guess we got a couple of options. So let's actually craft the crafter. So let's say, do I want to put it back there? Maybe I'll put it back there. Okay, so let's say I do it this way. No, honestly, I should move it up. I should move it up. Let's go ahead and take out these chests. All right. And then what we'll do is... all right. That's not right. It's not right at all. Snot. It's snot. It's totally snot right. Actually, if I just do that, then I can take hoppers and go in like so. And like so. Something like that. That might be okay. Where's scaffolding? Actually, I have scaffolding right here. We can go up this way. No, we can't. Turns out there's stuff in the way. All right, so we hop up this way. All right, so in theory, everything now drops into here, which is great. So now I just need to trigger this thing so it then drops down. Or so it spits out ingots. And they'll go into chest. Something like that, maybe? Actually, maybe I want to turn it this way. Okay. Yeah, maybe we'll turn it that way and see what happens. I mean, it could be a thing, right? Where things happen and stuff. I don't know. Do things happen? I don't know if things happen. They might, but all right. All right, so let's see now. We get hack falling. All right, so this kind of does its thing. So if I'm going to deal with that, means it's going to take this out. All right. So what I would have to do is, right, because we're going to be dealing with all the signals here, I guess. Okay. Oh yeah, we are definitely tearing down this whole thing, which is I guess okay. All right, so we bring this across like so. We need a... All right, so this is all going to load up this way. I am going to have to put a comparator on that. Where's my redstone? Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put a comparator on this thing because actually I don't know that I do need to do that. Because gold nuggets don't ever do anything. You can't craft anything with gold nuggets. So all right, well, that's fine. What I would have to do then is... Oh, that's track up there. I can't get rid of that. If I do this... Fortunately, I now have 1.5 zillion dealy bobs down there. Okay, we've got observers. Cool. All right, so we take our observers. We'll go here. It's facing the other way. I'll fix that here. So that goes there. This comes out. And like so. And I probably should kick that, make it faster, but let's just take a handful of nuggets here. Just see what happens. Right, so if we... Right, this will fill up. Oh, and I can't open this, of course, because that counts as a block. But it is crafting and stuff, so that's a good thing. Now, is it doing anything to this? I don't think so. I think we're okay there. All right. It could be soft locking that, or locking that hopper across the way a little bit, but I think we'll be all right. What am I going to need? I'm going to need a piston. Awesome. I don't have any cobblestone. Well, that's just silly. Right? No cobblestone? Cobblestone. Well, silliness. All right. I mean, maybe it's fine. We'd have to see how much the gold backs up here. I guess let's just do a test. All right, so do I want to take all of this out? Because the thing here is that maybe I don't need all of this. Okay, which would be fine. It would be absolutely peachy. Oh yeah, actually this could be really good. If I were to take a chest and put it here, like so, then what I can't put a hopper there. Darn it, because if I put a hopper there, everything breaks. And that's not good. Because the hopper will pull the nuggets right out of the crafter, and I can't have that. However, actually, here's an idea. Let's take this out. What if I were to take these observers and put them here? Like that. Okay. So that'll still clicky clicky. This guy gets periodically zapped. Actually, so do those, but I think it's probably okay. And then, let's see, let's take that out. And I'd want to Let's hang on. I need to try something here. Oh, I've got droppers right here in my hot little inventory. Okay, good. The droppers are definitely doing the thing. Cool. So what I could do, yeah, this might be good. So if I take a hopper pointing that way, that way, right, and then, oops, that's pointing the wrong way. Okay. So we do something along these lines, okay? Then what I would have to do is take out all of this. Ouch. But yeah, I could just run this all the way across this way. Take out all of these chests. Okay. And then, what is that? Y132. Okay, so Y132, that would be right there. Okay. Cool. So the nuggets would all go across this way. And then if I were to take chests coming across here, like so. Okay, I think this will work. So then I can just take the hoppers, right, that go right in like this. Let's take this out. Okay. Okay, so this would sort of go like that. All right, let's head up to the AFK spot for a minute. Let's get some gold generating. And let's... yeah, so we'll just give this a minute. See, we got the piglins spawning in. Yeah, they're all chilling. You know, it's cool. A few more trapdoors would help drop them down there faster, but the reality is this doesn't kill the piglins fast enough to really be awesome. But you know, because at this point we're not getting any more piglins spawning because they're all sitting here on the powdered snow. Okay, which is fine. It's totally fine. But okay. Hey, Cooper. How's it going over there on Twitch? Hope you're having a fabulous day. All right, yeah, so they're doing that. Let's, now that we've got enough piglins happening, let's come down here and check on this. Of course, it's a little biased because we're pulling a bunch of stuff into there, but it's okay. Okay, are we keeping up? I mean, the minecart will stay full, I suppose. Okay, that one's over there just unloading. Did it? Okay, and it's done. Great. Yeah, because it unloads into this chest, right? And there's one on either side, but we seem to be done there. I think this is okay. So I think I can rip out about, well, most of this sorting system here. And just lean on this mess. All right, well, that's cool. I can live with that, I suppose. Definitely save some resources and things. For now, though, for some reason, the mod pack for the latest version of Minecraft does not launch anymore. Heck. Which mod pack do you speak of? Okay. Yeah, so those will just fill up with nuggets until we're done. Oh, one that you made? Yeah, well, they've definitely made some changes to the game, so you know, so that's a thing. Gotta keep up with all that fun stuff, I guess, right? All right, so we've got this stuff will end up here.
And here we see a streamer in his natural habitat, creating content for all to love. Little does he know, he is a very special person that people can look up to.
Thank you, Civil. How's it going, man? I appreciate those bits. Hopefully you're having a fabulous day. So I was like, wait, Morgan Freeman is talking to me. This is weird. Okay, so this'll, ouch, this'll spit out gold, which is great. And it'll fill up from this side first. That's good. All right, so I think we've got a system here now that will, oh, do I want to zigzag it? Maybe. So we've got a system here now that's doing stuff. That's converting the nuggets to ingots. I am going to want to have a system that I can flip a switch and we can send all of those nuggets up, or all of those ingots up here. I've also angered the piglins, so, you know, that's cool. Yes, yes, yes. All right, so we'll figure that out in a minute, I guess. So yeah, so zigzagging across. Actually, that's an interesting question. So if I zig and zag here at the same time, right? Right, if we do something along these lines. No, I don't want to send them that way. I like zigzagging, but I want to go the other way. So what we'll do is we'll bring it this way. Okay. We'll pop our hoppers on this side. Okay. I think I can work with this. Okay. Could totally work with this. All right, well, this is good. Now, here's the fun, right? I can then come in, go ahead and bring these like this. Sorry, now I've got too many chests. They're everywhere. Okay. So we pop these in like so. Okay. Great. This, a crafting table would be nice to keep around, but for now we'll just put it somewhere. Sure. Okay. Nice. So this will be our gold output. So we'll get gold in here like so. Okay. All right, that's fabulous. So if I end up with, let's grab some nuggets here. There, put them on this side. Not in that. That would be bad. That's the Destructo chest. You throw those up there like that. We'll start getting some nuggets in there, and that'll be fine. Okay, great. So then that will craft, and we'll start getting more ingots, and lovely. Now, let's pretend I would like to send stuff up here. So we have this very handy system, which this would be crafting. Yeah, this would be crafting ingots. It's designed so that I can drop nuggets in there. Well, I'm not going to have to drop nuggets in there anymore because we're going to be getting ingots. Okay, so this whole thing can go away. Okay, which is great. Okay, that'll simplify things significantly. All right. Hack. Hey, falling. Falling is good. I'm a big fan of the falling. All right, so basically what I need to do is I need to bring a dealy bob up here, maybe a minecart, which would be reasonable. Bring a minecart up here, have it unload into this mess, and go back down until I tell it to stop. That is definitely an idea. All right, so which way would I want it to go? Unfortunately, if I put it here, right? So if I have it, the minecart unloading into the chest like that, how will that work? I mean, I know how the hopper would work. I'm just trying to think, does any of this matter? I don't think so. Because I guess if I manually threw a whole bunch of ingots up there, that would matter. Okay. All right, well, I guess that's a thing. So what I'm going to need to do then is stuff. Yep, I'm going to need to do stuff. So I'm going to take this out for just a moment, just to be sure that nothing spawns on it. I don't think anything can, but you know how it goes. Like, when you're just paranoid about things. Yeah, that's about where we're at. Oh, I should actually pick up those hoppers and things. All right. Oh, I've got the stuff I need. Cool. You know what I don't have here is glass. I mean, that's okay, but a little glass would be handy. It's all right. I have slabs. I could tear down that staircase, which is only there so I could load the farm up with piglins. And I do not need that to happen anymore. So, all right, so hopper will go here. And then we need to fall off the thing. Yes, falling off the farm is the greatest idea ever. I highly recommend doing that at least thrice. Okay. I've done it once, so we've got a couple more times before we've hit ideal foliage. All right. Hopefully, we'll get that knocked out here fairly soon. Okay, so. All right, so we need, comparator goes there. into a block which has a redstone torch. Okay, all right. If I'm remembering how this all works correctly, I only just looked at it, so, you know, that's a thing. Yeah, okay. That's a torch, which goes into a block, which goes into a repeater. Oops, repeater, which goes there, which goes into a block, like so. Okay, and then we can run some rail across here. Well, that's lovely. I am definitely going to need some non-spawnable blocks, though. I didn't bring any with me, but it would be really nice to have some. All right, so we're going to need some rails and all the fun stuff. All right, because we're going to come across this way. Honestly, should I just go grab some glass? Yeah, I should go grab some glass. I think I've got some somewhere. All right. We'll be back. Don't know where we're going, but we'll get there eventually. Over there. I know I've got a lot of glass over at the science lab, so we'll pick it up from there. So how's everybody this week going? Hope you're having a fabulous day. For those in the U.S., do you have Friday off for Juneteenth? Yep, I got that going, which was great. Unfortunately, I am in so much pain that I'm not going to be able to enjoy it that much. Stupid nonsense. So I'm dealing with gout. I think I was mentioning that earlier, and that's not fun. But it's annoying because aside from the fact I can't walk, I feel fine. So I had all sorts of stuff I want to get done this weekend, and my body is telling me that, yeah, you had plans. That's silly. You're not going to get to do any of that stuff. All right. Okay, probably put it away. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. Sorry, let me turn off the gamma. And this place is it's okay. It's very pastel, but it looks so much better now that the all the stuff is in place. There she goes. There she goes again. I don't know why I have that song stuck in my head, but I do. And now you do. You're welcome. It's going to be one of those days for everybody involved. Where am I going? This way. Gold Farm is over here. Okay. So, the good news is I have an ender chest over there where I should be able to pick up some rockets. So hang on, I got to adjust. I have a footstool under my desk, which has been great to help me keep my foot elevated. Problem is I don't really have enough room because my foot presses against the wall. But that's bad because my foot doesn't want to do that right now because of the stupid gout stuff. So yeah, basically the joints at the ball of my foot, right behind my big toe, right there, it's all swollen and horrible. Okay. Alright, so yeah, not the most fun in the world. Okay, so basically what we're going to do... Okay, we'll just cover that up so that we're not Oh, let's turn the gamma back on so y'all can see. All right, so what I'm going to do is we're going to run some minecart across the top here. Now, I'll probably replace some of this glass, but I think we'll bring this way. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Hey, remember I said 3 times. You need to fall off your farm at least 3 times for it to work right. That's number 2. So, you know, we're on our way to having a working farm. Okay. That down there. Be good. And then I guess we'll angle down this way. I have to admit, this is actually going to look a little ugly. It's okay, but I mean, because it's part of me likes having farms that look good. I don't know about you, but I do kind of like having farms that look good. All right, so if I run minecart under those chests. Okay, this is all going to have to move. This is going to have to move. My inventory sucks. Okay. All right, I'm going to want to leave this here, but for now, we'll just stick it there. Okay, same with this crafting table. I want to keep one around. It's just you know, if I want to turn these ingots into blocks or something. Okay, and then these chests are going to have to move. That would involve having inventory space, wouldn't it? Yeah, because that's definitely a thing that I don't have. Okay. All right, so that's fine. So we'll come this way, and yeah, do I just want to cut through the farm this way? Or do I want to go around? I think, honestly, I think we'll just cut through. That'll make some sense. All right. So let's go ahead and get out the handy dandy box of rails. All right, that's the shulker full of glass. Okay. We'll just stick that over here. Because I don't want to get into that chest, apparently. That would make things too easy. Oh. Speaking of being too easy, let's restock on the rockets here, shall we? All right. All right. Right. So, what we're going to do is we'll set up, definitely get some powered rails. I am going to need some regular rails as well. Levers. Some more of those. All right. So, the plan here. So we have to move all of that. Okay. I'll get to that. Get to it in a minute. So we'll bring some powered rails this way. Make the turn. Powered rails go up because they're good at that. Okay. Oops, this is going to have to be a regular rail. Right there. All right. And then the powered rails go across to here. All right. Nice. So as long as there's nothing in this hopper, the minecart will bounce back and go do things. All right. So now it's just a matter of lighting everything up. So let's go ahead. We'll take these chiseled stone blocks because that seems like a reasonable approach. And let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8. I think this will work. I think if I replace this one. Okay. Powered rails go like that. And then, okay. big sunglasses to share. There we go. Nice. How you doing, Fox? Hope you're having a fabulous day. A lot of Twitch is hopping today. Usually it's fairly dead, so welcome in. Have all you happy Twitchers. All right, so let's go ahead and replace this with a block. Oops, that's not where that goes. Emotional support ice cream? Man, I want emotional support ice cream. I've been dealing with so much pain over the last couple of weeks, or last week, that I am totally all about the emotional support ice cream. Okay, I need to drop off some stuff here. Yeah, I'm fine. I've got, I'm dealing with gout, which if you don't know, it's a form of arthritis in the foot. And it's very, very painful. Definitely not my idea of fun. All right, so now we're going to have to clear some stuff here. So what I'm going to do is let's go ahead and empty this chest. And what I want to do, yeah, let's load this up here. Tried wax treatments. I don't know that that would work for arthritis, but you know, at this point, yeah, I'm just gonna load this chest up with nuggets, which is good because that will craft everything into ingots down here, which will be lovely. Could help relieve pain and loosen muscles around it. Huh. That is not something I've heard of. I've been doing a lot of reading about stuff. The problem with this is because it's an inflammation of the joint. So it's not so much the muscles that are the problem, it's all the joint annoyance. Most of what I've seen is like, okay, you throw some ice on it, you take anti-inflammatories like ibuprofen, which has been marginally helpful at best. Loosen muscles to relax pressure. Well, I'll have to see, to look it up and see what that's all about. But yeah, I think if I were to... Here, can I go up on this side? Looks like I can. Yeah. We'll go up here. Alright, so I can throw stuff in that end. So yeah, it looks like I'll be able to just tear out a bunch of this, this old sorting system. Which will actually be really nice. Mostly I just had it that big because it was just spreading out the nuggets and stuff across everything, but at this point that's not really necessary. I don't know if glass blocks count. I think they do. So yeah, I think what I want to do is stop the minecart, replace most of these hoppers with blocks of some sort or other. Yeah, and I think that'll be good. All right, but let's finish this line first, okay? So basically, we're gonna bring this way. And then the idea is, let's break that so this will stop appropriately. So that'll go there. I can power that. Yeah, that's powered all the way across, which is wonderful. Then I could take some deep slates. Okay, that's going to have to move. All of this is going to have to move. I've placed things in stupid spots. All right. Ah, look. Gold. And it's raining nuggets again. Go me with all the nuggets. Oh, because, yeah, I've been doing all sorts of stuff. But what's annoying, or especially annoying about this stuff is I've had gout flare-ups before, and they've usually lasted a couple of days. Painful, but livable. This has been almost a week. And that's just not okay. Okay. Does that light that up? It does. Perfect. So now I can take a hopper minecart. Cool. So the way this is going to work, in fact, if I really wanted to, I actually could bring the rest of this line over this way a little bit. And just the last line just goes directly into the minecart. Should be okay. Oh, hang on. Why am I getting texts? I don't know. All right. All right, so the idea then is that if I hit this, it'll pick up some stuff, bring it up there to unload into that chest, and because there's stuff in it, yeah, there we go. It gets ejected out. Our yep, happy little piglins will do their thing. All right. Nice. Now, I didn't look to see how much that picked up. Probably not a huge amount, actually. I mean, it still has 6 in it. Oh, probably because it picked them up on the way there. Okay. The question is, does it get down and back within 6 seconds? The answer is no. But honestly, that's okay. Actually, yeah, that might be okay. I mean, it brings... Yeah, it's a little bit slow, so we're not getting the stuff dropped in there quite as fast as this will keep up with. But maybe that's okay. I suppose what I could do, I could switch this. I could have it come up this way. The problem is I've got all this redstone to avoid over here. All right, I think what I can do, let's oh, huh. Stop that. Let that minecart stop when it gets back. And let's shorten this track. All right, so I think, let's see. Let's pull all of this out here. So basically, I'm going to want to come up that way. Yeah, that'll work. So, yes, we'll go up here. Okay. Yep, this will work. It'll shorten the distance that minecart has to go, which should help quite a bit. All right, so we'll pop all of this out. Right. Okay. And then we've got a little bit of a problem because I can't make this turn here. I wonder if I can bring this back a block. Not really, because you can't turn and go up in the same place. Well, that's unfortunate. Okay, that's just not fabulous at all. All right, but I think we can make this happen. I mean, I could do that, but I'd have to... bring the cart around the back this way. I guess I could do that. It would be a little bit... right, I'd have to bring this way. And then I could turn it. Okay. Yeah, that'll work, right? I think that'll work. Yep. So we can bring this up like so. Hang on, I'm going to take all this glass out now. It'll be a little bit easier to do it. Easier to do it here than it will be after I put more glass on top of it. Okay. All right, well, that's just lovely. Lovely. Okay. So this should now be able to pop up here like so. Actually, can I do... I think I can do it like so. So this would come this way. And then down. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, that'll work. I have to get some power to all of this, which is imminently doable. I just have to do it in a way that doesn't mess with the clock underneath it. Which should be okay, I guess. If I were to do... I don't think this will work. If I put... Yeah, that lights up that side, but doesn't do this. On the other hand, maybe that's okay. It's not quite okay. All right. That's fine. We'll just drop a chiseled block in there, and then... There we go. Well, that's just silly. Okay, there we go. Sorry, it was a weird update thing. All right, cool. So this would then go sort of that way. We'll bring it this way. All right. A little bit annoying, but I think that'll be enough. I think that'll be enough. Where did I put all of that? Oh, I think I put it in this chest. Yeah. All right, I'll need to take that down. I'll do that here in a minute. But, cool. So now let's go ahead and turn this on. All right. Okay, here it comes. So now we're going to get... Oh. Excuse me while I have a case of the dumbs. You know, that track under there was actually really important. Speaking of really important track. No, it turns out I actually have to run that minecart underneath the chest so I can actually pick up the gold. Because... Yep. Has this... It's definitely a case of having the dumbs today, people. I know you are all awesome and amazing people who never have this problem. But for me, today, it's definitely a case of the... What the heck am I doing? Okay, so that's going to go there. Turn that on. Here, do I have another lever? I do. Cool. Actually, this lever will go right. I can't leave it there though, because it'll lock hoppers that right, because this guy is locked because of this lever, so I can't leave that there. Righto. Alright, that means I will need to power this in a way that doesn't power those hoppers. Okay, good. That makes sense. I mean, I could just put it there. Right. I don't want to put it there, but I could. I mean, it's definitely a thing that could happen. All right, hang on. So I gotta move some stuff out of the way. All right, so yeah, that's... Jeez. Sorry, it's really sore. Yeah, okay. So that's not going to be great. It's going to be really ugly. And the thing is, I don't want to have this powered rail go all the way to here, because I want the minecart to stop on this side. If I turn this rail off when it gets to here, then it's just going to be stuck here, and I need it over here so it'll start up again. It's a bunch of minecart-y weirdness, but that's fine. All right, so if I kick that off... Oh. Okay. Sorry, I picked up all the gold. Not quite what I had in mind. Okay. All right, minecart goes away. That unloads that. I mean, okay, so that might be enough. Okay, so they're trading, and now the gold comes in. Yeah, it's a little bit slow, but it's closer. All right, I can live with that. I can live with that. All right. And I suppose if that stays running for a while, it might catch up, maybe? I don't know. I mean, ketchup is just infinitely inferior to barbecue sauce, so, you know, we got some... We all have things we have to overcome, and ketchup is one of them. All right. So the next thing I want to do here is well, I gotta fix that. I said, I don't know if I can. See, what I'd like to do would be to take some polished deep slate right here. Right? And move this onto the polished deep slate. I mean, I could. What I would have to do, if I take that out, I'd have to rearrange a bunch of this, which maybe is not that big a deal, but kind of feels like it's stupid. Right, so that would work. In fact, because that's there, I can power that, which should give it a little bit more speed. Okay. So that's something. I don't like this, but it does work, I guess. All right. Well, that's fine. I like it when things work, so we'll go with stuff that works for 1,000. Right. So now I need to actually get some decorative nonsense going on. Oh, I should probably put all that stuff away. Clean out my inventory a little bit, you know. It's nice to have a tidy inventory, right? I don't, but it would be really nice to have one. Okay, and the levers. Great. All right, and then I think that's it for the rail. Nice, and then the glass. Okay. Put that away. Wonderful. Okay, so those can go back in there. This, I've got some stuff I can build with. We'll keep that in mind. All right, so let us consider. Right, so I can bring that across like so. That crafting table just looks silly there. I don't mind the ender chest there, but the crafting table definitely seems a little bit silly. I mean, I could put a second crafting table on the other side. That would at least balance everything out. Okay, oh, darn it. I didn't mean to craft it with those. Okay. It's all right. It said I should probably tear out all of this here too. Not the, yeah. All right, hang on. So let's lock this on one side. All right, so those three need to be there. These ones do not. Okay. Right, because those are rotten flesh. Awesome. All right, and then these three are the nuggets. Okay. Awesome. All right, so I think I should be able to just pop that in. That goes there. Cool. Now, so right now we're keeping up with all of this. Oops. Oh. No, it'll pick that up. Are we? Oh. That minecart was full. Okay. So let's put that in there. Because it turns out sometimes you get stupid things riding on other stupid things. Okay. Ack! Okay, falling. Falling is fine. We're good. Everything's fine. Yeah, sometimes you get piglins riding on stuff. And that's not ideal. Okay. Hopper minecart goes there. All right, so let's go ahead and replace that. But I'm wondering now if we're going to start backing up on the rotten flesh. It's very possible. Very possible. If that's the case, I would need to set up another filter slice, which I've got plenty of them. Honestly, I could take that on one or more of these sides and just have it output into this chest. That would be okay. Let's do that. Okay, we're gonna fall first. Okay, so let's lock that in place. So we'll take this out. Okay. Yeah, we've got a lot of gold happening there. We'll deal with that in a minute. All right, so that will go there. Go ahead and put that in. All right, we'll go ahead and set that to be rotten flesh. And we'll set another hopper then. Okay. So yeah, and then we'll just run another hopper right into that chest like so. Okay. So yeah, so that's the idea. All right, so I do need to come through all of these, clean up the nuggets out of them. In fact, well, for now, I'm going to leave them. We'll see what else I may do with it later. But for now, just take the nuggets out. Okay. Those empty? Those are in fact empty. Lovely. All right, cool. Let's start our minecart back up again. All right. Cool. So it'll pick up a bunch of that stuff. All right, so we've got feathers and rotten flesh over there. Rotten flesh, raw chicken, and more rotten flesh. So hopefully that'll keep up with the demands of the flesh. If not, I could set another rotten flesh system on this side, maybe. And do the same thing. Just have it output into the system here. Okay. Because I don't think I would actually probably want to move. Let's actually, oops, nope. Let's actually do that. Let's swap the rotten flesh and the chicken. Because I think the reality is we're not going to have nearly as much chicken come in. So if it comes in a little bit slower, that's fine. It's not going to be a big deal. Nobody's going to care. But the rotten flesh will drop in here and that'll get ejected fairly quickly. So, yeah, I think that will work. All right. All right. That is totally a thing that totally happens and stuff. Like, totally. It's like totally a thing. Okay. Okay, so the one problem I've got right now is I've backed this sucker up with a lot of nuggets. Oops. So let's go ahead and we'll superpower this right now. Just take care of those automatically. The one thing I want to pay attention to is if this is going to start backing up while the farm's been running for a while. Okay. So the only way to check that really would be to run the farm. Okay. And I like the farm. It's a good farm. But all right, we are definitely loading up here. So if I need to, I can set up a second one over on this side. But that one will back up because these hoppers are pushing everything this way. And then when this one gets full, yeah. So I wouldn't necessarily want to do that, but I could put another one right here. I'd have to set up another observer clock, but you know, that's fine. So one would push into this hopper, the other one would push into this hopper. And it would still send everything down this way, which is great. Okay. It's really fabulous. Okay. Yeah, just load that up. All right, so hopefully that minecart will do its thing. I don't want to load up the dropper. That would be. Oh yeah, that chunk's fast. Okay. Yeah, the slowdown here and is not the it's not the crafter. And I even have the crafter, I guess it's slow because I didn't do any sort of piston pushing to fill in the stuff. So okay, so that's definitely doing its thing. Yeah, so I could. It would be a little bit janky. But these things would be picking up gold, right? At least that's the theory. If I had everything set up there again. And I could run those this way. I mean, that might be okay. Maybe. Oh, right. We're still filling this guy up here. Let's just load that. All right. So how are we doing up here then? We doing okay. We're feeling all the joy and happiness and okay. Yeah, it's definitely not. Obviously, it's not offloading those nuggets particularly quickly. But on the other hand, I don't know that it's going to be a problem either. Okay, so let's just that up. Oh, no, not load that up. Just. Okay. That should be fine, right? I hope so. All right, so that's doing its thing. We're getting, obviously, we're getting ingots, you know, because I had a lot of nuggets stashed in this thing. All right. Well, this is good. Let's tell you what. Let's do that. Pop those out. Half of them in there. Half of them in there. Okay. Now we're going. So, actually, you know, I was complaining about the speed that we were dealing with stuff up there. If I let this run and we started picking up more ingots in this whole mess here, this minecart will actually load up with a lot more stuff to fill this up. So maybe it'll be okay, though it'll unload slowly because it's only single hopper speed here. And this unloads at, well, potentially double hopper speed, but yeah, whatever. Okay. Okay, so basically what I want to check at this point is, okay, so that's empty. Let's check the minecart when it comes back, okay? All right, minecart. The minecart is now empty. Okay, so that's clear. This is clear. So we are in a completely brand new state. Right, we're not waiting on anything. All right, cool. So let's head up to the AFK spot. And, oh, let's let this run for a minute. All right, and what I want to do is, while we're up here, is we'll give it a minute, and we'll see if things back up. Okay, we definitely have to give it time to start freezing out some piglins. Okay. All right, again, these piglins will. Sorry, kiddo. Yeah, you're just gonna be cold. Cold and short. It's kind of silly. The sword doesn't scale with the size of the mob anymore. And yeah, it just looks silly. Okay, anyway. These guys are starting to go. Yeah, they just don't. They just don't die fast enough in this system. I mean, it's an okay system. They die slowly, and they, that's okay. This is definitely not a fully optimized system. If this were, it would be one that I could come up here with a looting sword and would kill them manually. We're not doing that. Okay, we're just letting our little piggies freeze. These little piggy went all the way home. All right, so while that's happening, couple things. First off, you've probably seen going across the chat once in a while a thing that says, buy, you get Minecrafty things. Yeah, I am a Mojang affiliate at this point. So if you want to buy stuff from the if you'd like to buy things from the Minecraft shop, again, mostly that's Bedrock, but you can use my link and help support the channel that way while you get yourself some cool stuff. Okay, because we all like cool stuff. All right, they're sort of pushing each other out of the way. This is also one of those places where a couple of extra trapdoors would help. This, the first area, right? The first floor doesn't really need it because it's low enough. They don't care. I will walk one block down. That's fine. But you can see that when they pathfind from up here on some of these higher levels, they run over to that trap door. And then they flop down and enjoy the cold on their otherwise flaming nether regions. All right, so what I want to do is let's come down here. Of course, it's still running. But I want to stop the minecart when it comes back. Okay. It's empty. Okay. Okay. I mean, it picked up some because some of the minecarts here are still running and dropping off things, but I think that's pretty good. This was not quite empty, but fairly close. Let's just pop that out. Yeah, not quite empty. But the hopper minecart was. So I think this was keeping up fairly well. Let's go ahead and kick it off again so it can finish. Okay. So yeah, it was doing okay. Not totally amazing. Yeah, having the rotten flesh right here, we basically just end up with this pass-through. The rotten flesh just goes straight down, which is lovely. Similar thing over here, and then obviously we're getting the raw chicken and feathers are getting taken care of too. But honestly, I think this ends up doing okay. All right. Well, I like it. I think we're good. So, cool. So now what I want to do is make this look a little bit better. Okay. Which I wonder if it would. I mean, I could add deep slate to this, but I think that would be the wrong. Or deep slate. Deep slate would be fine, but adding dark oak to this, yeah, that would not be fabulous. Now, what I can do, right, is I can add smoke or frog lights. Okay. Because that's cool. I could fill that in if I wanted to. Let's see if I bring this down like so with the deep slate. Okay. Yeah, I would definitely need to get some more stuff, but okay. Pull that. And actually, maybe what I should do, I've got the verdant frog lights. Maybe it'd be worth changing that out. Okay. But then, let's see. Oh, hang on. I still have gold in my pockets. There's gold in my pockets, dear Liza, dear Liza. Gold in my pockets, dear Liza. It's gold. I know what I want to do, I think. Hang on, let's take this out. I'm going to make a little bit of a change here. I wish Froglights had a tool. Even if it were a hoe, you know, which would be fine. What if I pop those in? Take our Froglights like so. Okay. And then bring the stairs across like this. Oops. Great. I think I made life harder for myself, which isn't that unusual, okay? We do the thing. Okay. So if I do that and then put these trapdoors going across. I think that'll work. Yeah, I just need to get some more of that stuff, which I do not have. All right, I'll have to go get some. Alrighty, we'll get there. So where would be the best place? I think the ancient city. I think if we go to the city, at the very least, I have a farm over there, I think. All right, so let's drop down here. And let's see, I might have some of the warped logs in storage, in which case we're good to go. Let's see. Nether trees. Oh yeah, we're good. We've got plenty of nether trees. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. See, it's nice to have stuff. Very nice. I like having the stuff. Alright, ups a daisy and stuff and things. Going up, in, and we are back on the roof. At least we will be once we teleport through. Alright, cool. That way. Alright. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of what's happening with that, okay. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of what's happening with the rails there. But I kind of painted myself into a corner a little bit, so. Because I don't want to get rid of that. Okay. Yeah, this is, you could take this scaffolding up if you don't want to, if you don't want to or can't fly. That's fine. We've got a way up. All right, so that goes there. We've got the track here. So if I wanted to, I could. Yeah, because that's all hidden. We could just do one more set of things here. Excuse me. That's not the way that's going to go. It's not. It's not. Right, that goes that way. That goes here. All right. Well, the minecart's gone, so that's fine. Right. So then what I could do is that goes there. Here. here. That's fine. It can face that way. Cool. So now when the minecart comes back, if things start to fill up, it'll just load up into the hopper here. Okay. And we've got this last little section of storage, but everything will end up over there and it'll be fun. Or something. Okay. Yeah, so that's the thing. Even with the gamma turned off, it's not bad. It's not bad. We've got ourselves a lovely little place to come in and grab the things. Actually, some more trapdoors might not be a bad thing. Just in front of those, but that's all right. Could replace this bottom row with copper chests, but I think we're fine without doing that. Okay. Okay. So are we done? I think we're done. Yeah, so what's fun then too is if I wanted to oh, I might not have thought this through. If I AFK this with this turned on, all of this gold will get used to feed the piglins while this is running. So, you know, maybe that's okay. Maybe I'm okay with that. But okay, but it does mean that I would not have any excess gold storage, right? This would just run. It would collect up ingots, potentially all the way across here. And as it does, I mean, that's great until I tell it to go do the thing. On the other hand, I could tell it to go take those ingots over to these piglins and not really be running the farm. So honestly, that's probably okay. That's probably fine. Don't know if there's anything else I'd want to do with it, but you know, that I could live with that. Okay, so all right, so we've got ourselves some frozen piglins, which is or zombie piglins anyway. That okay, did get picked up. All right, no, it's good. Cool. So the gold farm is definitely doing its thing, which I like. We'll get more ingots down there. Cool. And then if I wanted to turn it on, yeah, see if I wanted to turn it on, then I could do that, and then this will just run the farm, you know, right? Because a lot of the times what I need is not gold, it's piglin stuff. Right, so, right, it's all this stuff, right? It's blackstone, which, you know, I've got some gravel. Yeah. Quartz, definitely. Leather, less so. Yeah, the arrows are good, but because I use the spectral arrows in my purper farm. So all that stuff. So if I were to turn this on, of course we know it's going to work because we're going to have a bunch of gold ingots here, but Oh, honestly, I should probably rescue some of those. Let's stop that for a second. Let's get shulker box here. Okay, let's craft up a shulker box. All right, great. Okay, that goes in there. Yeah, let's save all of these ingots because I'm going to want some gold eventually, if not today, at some point in the future. Okay. Cool. So, we're good. There. All right, so now let's go ahead and turn that on. But, resource pack was doing some weird things. The connected textures. Oh, it's okay. It's just, it was fine. All right, cool. So they dance, and it will take a few minutes for this to warm up and pick up enough gold. But when this does, it's probably not going to be dropping off a whole lot of gold ingots all at once. Like, I can see it dropping off like almost like a couple at a time. Which is fine, because that's how fast we're generating the gold. You know, it's not that crazy. Okay, so they're all dropping. I wish I could get in and actually check the contents of things, but these guys, we would definitely see stuff happen here if they were getting gold. We would see. Yeah, see, there we go. They got some gold. Yep, see, they're tossing stuff to be traded. And there it goes. Okay. So, yeah, it's working. We're not getting a huge amount of stuff here, but that's fine. Yeah, it looks like it dropped off an ingot. We might get a couple more here. Yeah, there's like 2. Okay, so that's not fabulous, but it's also not surprising. Okay? But it means that I could AFK here, and it will refill all the bartering stuff. So we wouldn't get any gold, but that's the point, right? The point is, right now, I don't want gold. I want this stuff down here. I want obsidian. I want quartz. I want blackstone, right? I want all of this good stuff. Because this is how I actually get quartz. I'm not in the nether mining it, right? So we've got all of this stuff going. Okay. And this is good. So yeah, it looks like we're basically getting not more than probably not more than 3 ingots a run here. And probably less than that. Right. Okay, so we've got some more of that stuff. Yeah. Now, any excess that doesn't get picked up here comes here to the copper golems. They'll pick it up, and most of it will end up just getting burned. But I mean, it'll fill up this last stack here. But we should be okay. Yeah, we should be fine. At least that's the That's the hope and dream. I feel like... No, I think we're okay. I was thinking something was a little funky here, but I think we're all right. As I said, the copper golems are not the fastest critters. So if I need to, I could add a couple more back here and stuff, but sort of diminishing returns, at least at the rate that we're getting for AFKing the farm. If I were to take that whole mess of ingots I just had and throw them at the piglins, yeah, we would probably overwhelm the copper golems here, but otherwise, everything seems to be working out okay, right? Right, that's the plan, or at least the idea. These guys aren't doing anything, which is good. Okay. Said most of the stuff should get picked up here. I don't think we're necessarily full of stuff. What doesn't get picked up here is it's like books, potions, armor. Right, all of that stuff ends up over this way. Okay, yeah, I think. Uh-oh. Oh, okay, I've got a spot I need to fix some spawning spaces on. Cool. Wasn't paying attention to that. Okay. Let's get down there and fix it. This is why you test, right? Alright, so let's meander up here. Okay, he looks like he dropped down. That's good. Alright. We just cover that. I should... Oh, that's already covered. Cover that as well. Okay. So I could, if I wanted to, again, tear out the rest of the sorting system that's hanging out here, but I don't think it's going to hurt anything in the long run. Okay. That lone piglin will disappear once I leave the area. All right. Cool. Yeah, so the other thing I should check, we'll let this kick off again and run for a little bit. The other thing I should check is, one, are we backing up at all with the crafter? Okay. And are we actually getting some gold here? I don't think so. I think the hopper minecarts will pick up enough gold as it comes by to deal with any leftovers there. So I think we're okay. Yeah. See, they all just want to chill. Which, it's hot in the nether, so I get it. Yeah, this is not the fastest way of killing piglins, okay? It's really not, but it works. I could block them in a little bit more so that they might entity cram a little bit, but it's fine. Yeah, we're fine. Everything's fine, okay? All right, so they are going to, again, spin and freeze. Spin and freeze. That's right. Spin and freeze. That's right. We have the coolest place in the nether. Everybody wants to hang out here. It's fabulous. It's amazing. Bring your spears, bring your swords, bring your kids, and chill in our happy little powdered snow block. Oh yeah, you're gonna love it. Look, everybody's racing to get here. It is the greatest time ever. All right, let's go check on the farm and see how it's holding up. All right, step one, let's go ahead and turn this off. All right, the minecart did pick up a little bit of gold as it came by, but nothing was stacking up here, which is good. What are we doing up here? We're not stacked up on that. These hoppers that are feeding the crafter are not. The crafter is not going to be a bottleneck, so it's just a question of whether we're getting enough. Whether we're getting enough stuff here to keep feeding it. I think we are. Okay. I think this is good. I think this is good. So at the very least, and we weren't even really seeing any rotten flesh pile up either, which is the other concern, right? So yeah, we're doing okay. All right, and then things were running over here, which is fine. I do have a I don't know if it's a bug. There was definitely an issue with something here. Obviously, there are a few things. Ender pearls, for some reason, occasionally skip. Spectral arrows and the iron nuggets will on occasion as well, but so that's a little bit weird because I've got two sets of things here to pick all that stuff up, but that's all right. It's all right. I think we're gonna be fine. And then yeah, there's a bunch of stuff here that honestly all of that can be destroyed. It's just a matter of doing it. Like I said, if I wanted to, I could set up one more slice here for the piglins, or for the piglins, for the copper golems. It's like, oh yeah, put your armor, like your iron boots here, and they'll just be destroyed. I don't care about these iron boots, but I'm also not exactly doing anything about it either. Right, I could just, throw them in there. They'll go away eventually, right? Oops. Okay, so yeah, throw that slab in there too. But yeah, we end up with a lot of, splash potions. The regular potions are nice. The splash potions, do they not? Hang on, why aren't they? Oh, there they go. I just can't fill up the dropper because then the signal locks. That's fine. No, it's totally cool. So yeah, I think all in all, I think this is a success. We have improved the farm. Okay. I don't like this lever here, but it's okay. It's not going to be a huge problem. Okay, but the good news is we're now getting gold ingots instead of nuggets, and there's an option just to put this into bartering mode. So hey, this is a win. I like it. I like it when I solve problems. Okay, so Great. So what do we do next? Right? It seems like we should be doing something next. All right. We'll leave that. Oh, so yeah, I need to figure out what my next project is. I've sort of been in the mode of let's just do some of those things I've been putting off for a while. This was definitely one of those projects that it's like I've been putting it off for a while. And now, we've got ourselves a nice little farm doing nice little things. It's just nice. All right. It would be, speaking of things that are nice, it would be kind of fun to be able to have a way to drop things in front of this to go load the system. But I don't know if I actually want to worry about that. I'm going to kind of do it. It would be sort of nice to be able to say, oh, I picked up some extra stuff, just drop it all here, let it resort. But that's all right. We're okay. Cool. And so, right, so that's the unload system. Honestly, I don't even really need this here anymore. All right, well, that's fine. He's fine. Yeah, when I'm down here, I'm too close. One, nothing's going to spawn here, and then a bunch of stuff is spawning in the nether proper, so. Okay, well, this is good. Gold farm is good. Do I have anything to make a sign? Not really. Villager gunk. I've got some pale oak stairs. Those don't need to be there. I mean, I've got some dark oak, but honestly, it would probably be better with this stuff. But all right, I'm not going to worry about that. For now, I think we call that good. You know, we've got ourselves all the fun and excitement. I do want to come over here. Let's see, I just want to check on our stock of frog lights. Oh. So we've got some powdered snow. Oh yeah, we're good. Hey Ashton! Welcome in, welcome in. You're having a fabulous day. Glad to have you here on the YouTube side of things. All right, so the Froglight Farm's good. Gold Farm, we just finished those upgrades, so we're good there. You're in school right now? Okay. Well, seems like a thing to do, I suppose. All right, well, good. So that's all set. So let's head back to someplace. I could probably tear that down. Where was I going? I don't know. Someplace. This way. All right, so let's head to... I'm kind of angling towards the Badlands. Let's head over there. I don't know what I really need to do over in the Badlands is I need to sort out my farm, my iron farm, because it's significantly slower. I tried putting in the cobwebs, that just screwed it up. So I think I'm just gonna have to go back to water, but it's all good. Don't know that I want to deal with that tonight. I mean, it wouldn't be horrible to do it today. I just don't know that I want to. Other things. So what I was working. So the first thing I did today for most of the stream, Ash, was to upgrade my gold farm. When I built it, the crafter wasn't a thing. So I finally sat down and updated the mechanics so that it crafted ingots and then would feed those ingots to piglins if I wanted it to. Now it's just like, all right, that project is done. Turn off the gamma. And let's, this might be something I need to do. I built the gas bridge, and it's fun and exciting. But when I built the rest of the base here, I ended up shifting the door over a block, and now it doesn't line up with this, and that's been annoying me for a while. So I don't think I want to... That's going to take more time than I've got tonight to fix, but... Most of this, I think I can get away with just getting some pistons and shoving everything over. I can't do that with the... I can do it with the chains. I can't do it with the end rods. But the rest of the frame is okay. So, all right. We're going to be down here now. So let's see. So what else? I'm trying to figure out what my next sort of cleanup project is going to be. Actually, one thing I might want to do. Let's head down to the moss farm, which I believe is this door. Yeah. Friend lives on the shores of Lake Keyboard Barf. Awesome. Sounds Welsh. Okay, so one of the things I've been thinking about doing here, actually, let's go up a level. So I've been thinking about digging out a bunch of this area up here and expanding the moss farm up. Because it's not too hard to actually in Massachusetts. Okay. I mean, speaking of places that you can't pronounce. It's in Webster. Okay. Yeah, my sister went to school in Massachusetts. Okay, but anyway, what we could do is I could dig this out and start looking at expanding this. Like I said, when I designed this farm, it's easy to build at one level, but it's also fairly straightforward to expand it out. The only thing I'd have to deal with, I might have to redo this water stream. But I don't think that would be that bad. Yeah, actually, this whole water stream would move anyway, because when you start stacking this farm up, this water stream has to go all the way up anyway. Because this is what you get through here is the bone meal. You gotta go. Well, have lots of fun. Thanks for stopping by. Like, subscribe, do all the things that I should probably tell people to do once in a while. All right. Yeah, so, yeah, we could just spend some time here doing some diggy and just clean out a bunch of space here. Then again, it's not like I necessarily need it, but it is nice to get the extra bone meal, right? We currently get that much. 750 bone meal per hour. Which, for a farm this size, is not bad. Not bad at all. So that's a possibility. We could go do all sorts of diggy there. Oh, that's why it's because I stopped it. Okay. It's like, wait a minute, why did it stop working? I'd like to get off this crazy train called love. Okay. Oh, the other thing I should do is start thinking about grinding up a lunge villager. Not that I particularly need to. It's not like I'm doing it, but for completion's sake, it might be nice to get them in, you know. All right. All right. Well, I think I'm going to call it here. It's a little early, but my foot is really starting to get to me, and I don't really have the drive to start on another project right now. So let's go ahead and call it for tonight. Y'all have been awesome. I want to give a special shout out to all of my supporters today, and everyone who's been watching, whether they've been lurking or whatever. It's great to have you here. But a special shout out to my supporters at musicfreegaming.com. If you'd like to help support the channel, that is a fabulous way to do it. Otherwise, just hang out and watch. That's really the best way of supporting what's going on here, and you know, because you know it's a thing. Next stream is going to be Saturday morning, 7:30 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time. I'm going to be back playing Terraria, and I think I have a plan for what to do. Probably going to involve dying a lot, so be sure to stick around for that. And until next time, be excellent to each other. And this is Music Free Gaming signing off.